Hello.
Hello.
Hey. So when this actually is live, it'll be your birthday again.
Damn.
I know. Is that crazy? What I'm hoping for with this sharing horror stories with you on your birthday is that this year won't be as depressing as they were last year.
Mhm.
Because they was pretty dark last year.
And also, not very good, some of them.
Yeah, excuse me. It's Reddit. They're not all going to be bangers,
Yeah.
But yeah, I found a few, and I figure as you sit back and watch this when it's actually live on YouTube, you'll be sitting back and it'll be your birthday, and hopefully there's a couple of spooks in here. The first one is called The Coincidence is Too Close. Everything that happened in this recount was over the years we all lived with my mom. I tell people this in person, but couldn't think of where to post it. Maybe I do a YouTube video on it? Anyway, April 2012, we moved from one side of town to the other, a simple house swap, which is common in the UK. We moved in quickly and settled in pretty quickly, too. A few weeks go by, and we had nothing to note of it. Everything just seemed normal. Not even 6 months there, and my sister started talking about the ghost that lives in the house and how she called it Kevin. We all laughed about it, even her, because we hadn't seen or heard anything that would suggest a haunting. One night I'm playing on my PS4 with my brother, probably Call of Duty. Game's irrelevant. We hear our sister screaming, stepdad asking, "Did you just throw my remote at me?" We laughed, but we were intrigued, so we asked her what the fuck she was shouting about. She explained that she was doing her homework, and then the door opened and her Xbox controller was thrown at her from the other side of the room. She didn't use the controller, so this was a little strange, but we just told her she's being stupid, and we went back to gaming. A couple of nights go by, and the same thing happened again. Controller was thrown, and she's shouting at my stepdad. He then says back, "Why the fuck would I get up, go upstairs to your room, throw your controller at you, come back downstairs, and carry on watching TV?" She was confused by it and just says, "Then this house is actually haunted if nobody did it." I decided to chill out and watch TV with him. Later that night, I wasn't at school the next day because it was a weekend, so it was up until 3 a.m.-ish, and about 2 a.m., we were just going through a film, and we heard what sounded like someone walking across the landing to the toilet and then to the top of the stairs. My bedroom door was right at the top of the stairs, so I shouted up, "Get out of my room!" My mom goes to bed at 10 or 11, so she shouted down, "Nobody's in there. What are you talking about?" My stepdad says back, "We just heard someone walk to the toilet and then walk to the top of the stairs." This exchange went on for a couple of minutes and finished with, "Whatever." The walking noises kept happening, but one morning after the controller incident, my sister asked if anyone came into her room in the early hours because she had a black figure in her doorway watching her. None of us knew what she was talking about, and that's when Kevin was mentioned more frequently. On occasions, my mom would ask if anyone had walked past her because she felt breathing on her neck. I always said, "Probably Kevin." She laughed it off, but I could tell she didn't want to admit that there might be a ghost. That night I was in bed watching Family Guy or some other shit TV program, and I saw a white figure in my doorway, even though my door was closed before I went to bed. I turned my TV off, rolled over, and went to sleep. Couldn't see it, couldn't be bothered to deal with it. The appearance never happened again after that, but the walking never stopped, and it was always between 2 and 2:30 a.m. We eventually just block out the noise, and it didn't really affect us too much. 2 years ago, we experienced something that has changed how I've looked at that house forever. I moved out since, but I know this house is haunted because of that event. My stepdad was on his way out with his mates to do some repairs for one of them, and a man walked past them and just stood around looking at the houses. They all drove off, and he stayed still. My mom, who saw my stepdad off, saw the man and asked if he was there with them. The conversation went like this: "Oh, no, I used to live here in the haunted house." "Which one?" My mom replied. He pointed to our house. My mom then said, "Why is it haunted?" He told her, "Oh, the family that lived there had a daughter who was murdered by her boyfriend. Her bedroom was at the end of the landing," which was his sister's room. My mom told me that we already know the house is haunted and that my sister has called it Kevin. He then chuckled and told her, "No, the ghost is called Vicky. Her brother is called Kevin." He then said his farewells, but just before he left, my mom got the surname of the family from him. My mom recognized the surname because while she was growing up, there was an elderly couple that lived near her with the same surname. She phoned her aunt and asked about the family, and she told my mom, yeah, they used to live there, but they moved because they lost their daughter, and they didn't like it there because of the bad memory. They say that if you want to hear the story of Vicky, to comment, and they'll share it. And so he did share the story of Vicky.
I need to hear the story of Vicky.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
She was 17 at the time that she died. She was raised from birth in what had been his mom's house for 10 years, so that was the only home she knew growing up. She had a boyfriend who was working at the local deli as a butcher. They were known to argue a lot. Well, it's not a good sign that he was a butcher. They were known to argue a lot, and one night they went off and had an argument that got very heated. They had driven out of town, but not too far, and then he hacked her to death with a cleaver he had taken from work, and because of what he had done, he then jumped in front of a train and killed himself. Obviously, the only place she knew was safe was home, and that's why she remains a trapped spirit in my mom's house.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
I knew the minute they said butcher, I'm like, I'm not going to like where this story goes.
Yeah, I was like,
You know, it's interesting because, like, the little subtleties of the things, I mean, granted, other than, like, you know, all of a sudden you're throwing a controller across the room. What happened there was more subtle other than the controller thing. So it's like that feels more believable than a lot of people who go telling stories, you know.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it feels very, like, forced.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that, like, you have somebody who has a bad temper, so let's make him a butcher and give him access to you know, a cleaver. Yeah, so that was fun.
That was good. Good
That
start.
had a little oomph behind it.
Yeah. Good start.
Yeah. All right. So, but this next one,
Yep.
we're being tasked with a job here.
Okay.
It says honestly need advice. So you need to be prepared. We're gonna have to give some advice.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a long story, and I'm crap at describing things. So basically my entire life I've seen ghosts. Be that the creepy man that stood in the corner of my room when I was 6, or the shadows I saw walking around my house, to the fully white woman with blood-red eyes that screamed at me after my grandpa died. Ew. But in like 2019, before the coronavirus, my mom went and got an old dressing table for my sister's new room, and the lady told them that it came with a free mirror. Obviously, as any mother would, she snatched up the opportunity of having a free item and brought them both home. I was around 16 at the time, and I'd come around to see everyone as soon as I'd walked through the front door. My mom asked me to look in the mirror to see if I could sense the evil in it. Mm-hmm. Being a stupid young teen, I looked in the mirror and made a joke. What are you going to do, haunt me? And laughed it off. I went upstairs to collect something. However, when I was in my bedroom, I heard a growling that unsettled me. So I left. But when I got to the landing, that's where I saw a woman. Black matted hair, pale complexion, white Victorian kind of nightgown, and emotionless eyes. Basically a basic ghost. It didn't register to me at the time what she was, and I thought that someone broke into the house. So I threw a shoe at her, as you would. I kind of like this guy. But she was gone when I opened my eyes. I told my mom what I saw. However, she thought I was playing with her, so she didn't believe me. I quickly left and returned back home. A few days later, I was walking up my stairs when I felt a cold hand grab my ankle and pull me down the stairs. That's when I came face to face with her, and again I flipped. I told her to leave me alone and ran up the stairs, hiding under the covers. Ever since that day, she hasn't left me alone, always standing at the bottom of my bed or somewhere close to me. My mom finally believed me when we went to our friend's house who can talk to spirits, and she started trying to talk to her. Turns out she said she's never going to leave me. I'm stuck with her. I always asked her a row of 3 questions. What's your name? Why don't you leave me alone? And what do you want? To which she only responded with patience. Later that night, we tried to get rid of her. However, that angered the spirit, and she started to strangle me. It's been a few years now. I've left my home, started uni, and still she's here getting closer and closer. I've started to hear her myself. No words, just laughing, and it's nauseating. I'm 19 now. It's supposed to be the height of my life, yet still, even if I don't see her, I can feel her watching. She claims she won't leave me till the day I die. This is literally my last resort. If anyone can help, please do so. What's your advice, Laurel? Throw a shoe at it.
My advice was, why the fuck would you talk to it?
Right.
I know that's not good advice. Well, okay, it is good advice, but not for this guy because he's already fucking done it. But my advice to all you idiots out there, don't fucking talk to a spirit.
If your mom says, hey, yo, go look at this evil mirror and tell me if you think it's evil, be like, I've got homework. I'll catch you later, Mom.
Yeah. Disown your mom if she tries to do that. Disown your mom. And here's another piece of advice. If you ever get a mirror secondhand, you can do this to any mirror in general, but especially a secondhand mirror, fucking clean it before you use it. And I don't mean clean it like literally. I mean like do a ritual. Clean it.
Yeah.
Spiritually clean it. Either figure out how to do it yourself, idiot, or find a witch and have her do it for you. But that, oh my God, that is literally like one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. Why the fuck would you?
I do love to throw a shoe at it though. Like I
love that. But that's so, why the fuck would you do that?
Do you want to hear some of the advice that he did get?
Yes.
Okay, the first one is, this can actually be a very real case of a number of possible psychiatric conditions. Please turn to your university psychologist. This seems like logic, and then it goes downhill. He or she is the only person who can help at low cost. That ghost is not going to go. It's going to stay, but the psychologist can help you learn to live with it.
That last bit's pretty good advice.
Right. Like, this might be a psychiatric condition. Yeah, learn to live with it.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost isn't going to go away with therapy. You just have to learn to live with it. It's like a roommate, you know? Like,
yeah. Because, dude, you're fucked.
Right.
You're absolutely fucked.
Yes, exactly. All right, and then the second bit of advice was from a different Redditor. It says, have you ever tried looking into seeing a medium? You have to know why the spirit is following you. Has there been any more encounters with the ghost? And if so, please give details. My mother has a family friend who know a white witch who takes care of such issues such as these. Cleanse your body from the intentions of her.
They know why the spirit chose him. It's because he was like, hey, you want to haunt me?
What are you going to do, haunt me? Yeah, bitch, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Thanks for the great idea.
Yeah.
But this person mentioned a witch, which is exactly what you said. So, and this last one
the witch is the only one who can help you at this point.
Well, you done fucked up, guy.
Mm-hmm.
You welcomed the shit into your life. You done fucked up. The last bit of advice was somebody who clearly watches Supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
Place salt around the mirror and dresser. Take salt baths daily for at least 3 weeks. And when you're sat in it and cleaning yourself in the salt water, think of your intention. If I were you, my intention would be to have any attachments from the spirit world removed or release all connections to any spirits. Please do send me a message after 3 weeks if this continues. Place the salt line at your window and across your front back door. Just make sure you don't break the salt line. And if you do, reapply it right away. Hope this helps.
Yeah, that sounds like a witch who's giving
like a witch.
Pretty good advice.
Sounds like a witch.
Yeah.
But I love the hope this helps. Like,
yeah.
Like you're giving them a recipe for, oatmeal raisin cookies.
That guy is a fucking idiot. Don't talk to ghosts.
Yeah.
And especially don't taunt them.
Exactly. Like, why are you taunting ghosts? Like, that seems like a really bad idea. Like, why the fuck would you do that? You asked them to do it. Like,
yeah. Like, I hate to sound victim blamey here, but you did. You quite literally did provoke them to do that.
Yeah. This one's kind of short, but I love it when they're just like, this is 100% true.
Okay.
Okay. You're on a true story Reddit page. and you have to tell me it's 100% true. About 12 years ago, I was doing a job as a self-employed plasterer in Ashlington, Northumberland, England. I was working in my hometown. Anyway, the house was decent size, and I was there a while. They bought the two houses next door to each other, semi-next door to each other, and making it into one big house. Living in the house was the dad, the mom, and the daughter. One day I was working on the staircase in the house. The mom had said to me she was going out, but if Emma, the daughter, came back home, can I tell her that Mom was away to shop, then going for petrol and won't be long? For those of us in America who don't understand, petrol is gas.
Yep.
No problem. So I'm working on the stairs to go bottom of the stairs to the kitchen to get new water in the bucket. So I was downstairs at 2 minutes max. Went back up the stairs and heard someone crying. I could tell it was a girl. Now, the house originally...
Oh my God. I hate that. I hate somebody crying.
The child, this isn't... Well, the house originally having been two houses getting made into one, there were 4 doors into the house, 2 front doors and 2 back doors. Also 2 staircases linking it from one big giant staircase. So I thought Emma had come home through a door at the back of the other staircase into her room when I was downstairs. Then I heard more crying, and I heard plain as day, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry." Then I heard a muffle.
Oh my God, oh my God. I hate that so much.
Do you want me to continue? Or?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Then I heard a muffle, and then all went quiet. Anyway, the mom came home and asked if Emma was home. I told her that it sounded like she was and that she sounded upset. The mother's mobile phone rang, and it was Emma phoning her mom to see if she could pick her up from her friend. She wasn't in the house after all. Mom asked which room in which I had heard the crying and the voice and the muffle. And when I told her, her face went white. Turns out the lady from the house had hung herself in that room only 2 years prior, and she had left behind a young daughter.
Oh my God. I literally, dude, I hate it when people say this in like, I hate it when people say this in like ghost shit, but I literally have chills right now.
Right?
I hate it when people say that, but I have them right now.
Yep, 100%.
Can you go through his account at all? Like, what do you see on his account?
I don't want to. It says it's an NSFW profile.
Okay, so then, yeah, that honestly kind of makes me believe him. Like, if his account has, like, nothing to do with ghost stuff, then I believe him even more.
Right. Like, if you're, you know, sharing, you know, other not appropriate things, and this is just one thing, like, yeah, I'm not going to proceed any further. I dare not.
Those were good.
We did good this year. Makes up for last year. And if you ever do something stupid and decide to, you know, get all cocky in front of an evil mirror, just remember to have a shoe handy at all times. You can throw your shoe at them.
And or a witch.
And or a witch. Just have a witch's phone number in your back pocket. And when you hear them back, you'll get to hear your I'm just kidding. I will cut that out. But it might make the blooper reel, so.
No!
Disclaimer, I might leave in what I'm about to say, but I did cut something out of this video that might potentially end up on a blooper reel one day for the Patreon, so, yeah.
I'll go postal.